Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Kenneth Samuel, and I want to take you through Flask. Flask is a Python framework used for web development, front, backend, and so on. So I want to take you through Flask, how you can understand Flask, how you can be able to use Flask frameworks, and the rest. So I would love you to like and subscribe to my channel. So already I have VS Code already, and I've created a new folder for this. So I would like you to install Python. You can just go to Google and search for Python and install the latest version of Python, and then you can start the project. So I'll go straight to the point. Here I will create a new folder, and okay, let's say you want to create a Flask project for authentication. So I'll give it Flask auth now. No. So yeah, so it's in this folder we're going to do the project. So it's advisable to also install virtual environment. So Python works fine when you have virtual environment. The reason for having virtual environment is that you can be able to install any library or any module or any version of Python in that virtual environment, and it won't affect other projects you're working on. Example, when you're working on different projects in your system on your laptop, and you each project are all Python, but different version of Python, different libraries and the rest. If you use virtual environment for each of the projects, any of those dependencies you install in that virtual environment, that one will working for that particular project you're working on. So it won't work globally for the whole project. You understand? At least there won't be conflict based on different version of Python and the rest. So let me just go to my terminal and create. So, like I say, you must have Python installed in your system already. So let's now install the virtual environment. Say Python virtual environment. Then you can give it any name of your choice. Okay, let me give it dot virtual. So this will create a new folder, and here's a folder here. So it's in this folder we are going to be installing any dependency libraries and you know libraries have different versions of library, so you want to store everything here. So now if you have this virtual environment, it will make your project work fine and run fine. So let's activate the virtual environment. Just activate slash scripts slash activate. So now with this activated, you can now be able to install anything in it, your library and the rest. So we're going to now install Flask, SQL, Academy, Flask, WTF, Flask by script. Okay, I will take it step by step. First of all, let me install Flask. I'll just say quick install. So, okay, let's install now. Let's create a new file in our project directory and give it app.py. It's always nice to give your the main file where you're going to put most of the code name app.py. So in this file, I'm going to have all the necessary code. For now, I will only give you the most simplest way of running a Flask app. You understand? Because on the normal, you have to um, create a different folder that does different things just to like differentiate each model. But for now, I will do the simplest way so I can be able to understand. So I'm going to import Flask. So see from Flask import Flask. I will say app. Yeah, go to Flask name. So we're going to give it a secret key app.config. We'll call this secret key. So this is a must have in Flask app. You need a secret key. On the normal, you're meant to have your secret key in your .env file. But like I say, I want to make this simple and fast. So I'll just have my secret key here. I'm not gonna deploy this project. So I'll just give it, can give your secret key anything. You can also get you can get a random number from maybe any site to give your secret key. So this would be my secret key. We'll see. Um, But the reason why I'm putting this debug is that true that when we're running the app, we'll be able to see any issue, any error. I'm able to debug the error. It's more easier for us to debug it, like because we put this on true. But the normal, if you want to deploy a project, you have to make it false. Yeah, but because we're working locally, then we have to put it true so that it can be easy for us to see any bug. So basically, this is running a Flask project. Just we're just doing this and running a Flask project. Can also test it by saying uh, can save it. Then you do Python. Okay, I need to see it. Oh, I need to see inside. Let's go to our directory. Then we'll say Python. UI. So here, so it's running on port 5000 and so we'll just click on this link. So as you can see, this is the Flax app here. Uh, it's saying not found because I haven't created any HTML file. I have not created any routes for it. So it's showing not. I'm just showing you basically how to run Flash project. So once you've done this, you successfully run a Flash project. So the main ones is to add in the HTML file, the routes, and other necessary things to it. So let's go back and do the needful by adding the HTML file and adding the route and the rest. Like I said, I want to do authentication. So what I will need is only the database. Okay, I'm going to use SQL Academy. Then I will need Flask. I'll need login. Okay, so you're gonna log in. So I need to use the Flask inbuilt login. Then I'll still need something that will hash our password. So now I'm going to use bcrypt to help us hash our password. So let's install Flask Academy. We'll say from yeah, install Flask. So why this is showing this way because I don't have them installed in my virtual environment yet. How we do that now? Okay. So let's go ahead and install this thing in our virtual environment. Let's see the right option. So our virtual environment activated already. So I'm going to just install system. I don't need them. So I'm installing the dependency I need on the packages. So now we have them installed. As you can see, it's no longer giving us an error. So I'll start by creating a class for the database, set up the database I mean to say. You can see we have our Flask SQL, Academy stored, Flask WTF, Flask by crypt, Flask-Login, and the rest. So you can see the error is no longer showing. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to now create routes. We'll create a class for we'll create a class also for the database model. And since we're going for doing an authenticated app, we're going to have function for register as a class, login, and the necessary route. So the next thing we're going to have is the SQL Academy database, the URL database URL. I mean, yeah. So you're going to give it app complete. Okay, it should be in capital letter. So here it is basic um Python inbuilt database. So normally, if you have your own database, it can be Postgres, it can be SQL. This is where you put your URL, and this should be in your .env file also. So this one is just basic inbuilt Python database. You understand? So we're just going to create a file. This site.db is the file we're going to create. So you can give it any name if you want. You can give it auth.db. Let me give it small letter. Auth.db. So I'll create this auth.db file. This way, database is going my database model and all my data and all everything that's going to data will be stored and be gotten from. So next we're going to do is data.db equals to we're going to initialize so here's a small letter. So here so now we're going to create our class for the user class. We'll call it user the dot model um so we're going to import this user mixing from Flask-Login. So I should correct myself. This should be in small letter also. Yes. So now I want to create my model, database model. So what we need an ID. You know what ID is. ID is just let me just call it the counting. What counting in your database and table. So it's a column. Integer should be integer because like I say it's counting. So it's integer. The primary key is true. So next thing we need is the username. You can still give it name if you want. And just give it name. And db and the column need to be a string. That's, number of strings should be it shouldn't be more than 70. Yeah, nullable. I keep this nullable false because it's never going to be known, and we're going to make it unique also. That means it will be only one type of name, one type of username. Like you can't see two username that are same name. So each username should be unique. Then basically we just need the password. Let's just go through it. I'm making it simple. Just name is the username and password. Let me give it username so to be more clear. So that's more clear. So you. So password goes Strings. I'm going to give this password let's give it 150 character. Why? Because when the password is hash, it's going to form a very long character. Yeah. So let's give it it's not going to be null and can be unique. It's not going to be unique also. So these are we have set our model like this. So the next thing we need to do now is we'll need to create have a class for registration, the registration form and the login form. Since we already create our database model, so it's time for create our so we will need some libraries, import some libraries because Flask has so many libraries. Import some libraries to make it easier. So libraries like string field, password field, submit field. This will be gotten from WTF forms for for Flask. And we also need validators. And these validators are the ones that will like correct the user if the user is doing something wrong based on if the user typing um very long password or very short password. This validator will not let the user do that to stop the user from doing that, but thereby giving the user instructions on how to create a good password and rest. So we're going to import WTF, um, flag WTF, string field, password field, submit field. Exactly. So let's go ahead and create our class. Let's call it, you can call it any name if you want. But keep in mind the name you are giving it. And give it registration. So we're going to use Flask form. So with this should, the strings should be gotten from WTF forms. WTF form. This way we're going to get those strings, password field and submit field. In this flags WTF, this way we're going to get the flags form from. I'm going to use the flags form. Yeah, yeah. So in registration is what you need to put in the form for registering this account. Basically, we should need name, email, and the rest. But because I think I want to keep it simple, I'll need only their name and their password and submit as well. So if you want to do, you can input name, age, country, anything you want. Because creating this form to we're creating what to be stored in the database when the user register. So this is what the user will feel. So like I said, we need username to be a string field called username. So we're going to need some validators when the user is filling the form. So validators are going to need validators. So input required, and give it length. So this length, um, how the username belongs to. The length of username should be minimum of 5 and maximum of maximum of 20. Yeah. So the password, the password field. validator page inputs required events minimum of enter minimum of 8, yes, and maximum of, you can give maximum of, let me do 14, let me give it 17. I'll need submit field. Call it submit and give it register. So, so let's now put in the validators. Yeah, WTF forms. Oh, it should be fun. Not import prepared and length. Click on the validator error. Only this one too. So next thing I'm going to do, we'll create for a login. That's what we're looking for. Need the username. This is the form when the user wants to log in. Fill this one. So we prefer must integrate and password. Password. So this should be small letter. This should be small letter. Small letter. This should be small letter because we're pointing with this one here. The next thing you have to do now, we need validation for this registration form. This is because if you want it to be, if a user put a username that has already exists, it will give a validation error. So we need to do this. So I want to validate username. So why this is doing autofill is because of the copilot I have here already installed. So, but you should always cross check before you, because sometimes it's you always give wrong something. I only use it if I can't remember some syntax. I'll use it. But it's to make you code faster. So user equals to, so we're going to query the database. To query database. Yes. So go to the database, filter database by, go to the usernames column and username, customer username. That one. So you should check if it already exists. Yeah. So if the username already exists, so if user that the user already exists, creates a validation error. I will show you this thing. I'm sorry. So the definition should be username already. Just choose different username. So now let's now move on. Let's now move on to the next thing. So next thing should be, we need app dot routes. So this slash here means the first route. As when you go to, when I click my, when I go to my Flask app in my web browser, this is the first route I will see. and usually the home route and the home page. That's why I just have that slash. So should return. I'm going to return in render HTML file templates. Should be home.html. This should be the file we're going to create. Home.html. So we're going to create a template folder. Then in that template folder, we'll have a file called home.html. So when the user click the link, the first page the user will see is the home page. So let's import this render template. So I'm going to import the template from I want to import it from Flask. And so now I can now be able to create a folder called template. Then in the folder, and now create a file called home.html. So title should be home. So I'll not design much. I'll just say okay. Let me just give it an h1 tag. H1. Say welcome to my Flax app. Now, so did it. So haha. So you can also test this by running. When I run this app now, I should be able to see my home. Let's run this and clear it. So I want to run the app. Oh, I got an error. Says oh okay, yeah, this should be I forgot to put this make it a string. I have to put a quote. Yes. Okay, let's see. This again. So with another error. So basically this error says this error is because we have not created the table. We only created the database model. So we need to create a table. You can do this in Python terminal, but I'll just do this here. I'll create a table here if I say with app context db. So this will create the table using our model to create a table in the database for us. I'll save and then run. Oh, the error is coming from here. I get this should be the error. This is capital letter L, not small letters because these are case sensitive. Let's run this. And that error. I think this should be wrong spelling also. So this should be no label. Wrong spelling again. Oh, but now having that error. And we should be capital letter. Please remember these are case sensitive. Capital letter. Created this. Okay, this should be validator. Let's show that one. This should be up at yes, should I, this should be correct. Let's save it. Let's run this one. We shouldn't get any other error. Should I error? Okay, this should be capital letter. Yes, I'm gonna get another error. Okay, okay, unexpected keyword and okay, it should be capital letter. So that's why it's nice to always use AI to code because AI will let you know when you are having some errors where it is double errors line, what line? That's password line. Okay, should be capital letter too. Check on this too. Save. So finally, error have been corrected. So it's best to have AI to help you to. Because when you use AI to code to help you to persist all those things, because just a comma can give you a bug that that you think about for the next 2 days without knowing it's even comma is a problem. So now, if we click on this link, we're going to see our homepage. Yeah, this is our homepage. Welcome to my Flags app. So let's continue. So the next thing we're going to do now is battery. Uh, next what I'm going to do now is add another route. So that route I'm going to add the second route we're going to add is add those routes register. Mhm. So I'll just write password now. I'm going to add now. Not login, yes. F no pass. And also need the dashboard also. No. Dashboard. String. So dashboard, I'll create a file called dashboard.html. Then we need the last one, which is logout. Logout. So pass. So this basically these are the routes we need for this. So I'll just go ahead and create a dashboard file, a dashboard HTML file. I'll also create a login file page and also create a register page too. So which one should we do first? Okay, let's do the backend first. Let's do the backend first. Let's go for the registration. So we already have our form here, our form class. So we just instance it here, call it here, okay, form equals to registration form. So with this we are calling this class here. Then you can now do what you want to do. So what we need here is to validate the form before we approve it. So we're going to say if form dot validate on submit. So it's from here we're going to query the username. We're going to also hash our password and store in the database also. So if what the user have input in the form is valid, we're going to create our hash password. So this is going to be a bcrypt generates hash password. So form to be form, that is our form which collected it from this class, give it to the form. So on the form, go to the password data that should go from the user. So I want to tell you to decode it in UTF-8 formats. Then next thing we say the user equals to username equals to form dot go to username, get the data there, combine this password and password, hash password for us. So passing the hashed password to it. Then say if user, if this is correct, share tb dot session. Note, add that user to database. Then db dot session dot commit. Then you can now take the user to the login page. Then we'll say return since the registered render. No, I'm going to redirect the user instead. Redirect the login page. Okay, here we need URL form. Oh, put this URL. So this URL form work together with redirect. So I'm going to import redirect to URL form. So yeah, so basically this is it. That's basically it. So now there's now return templates from this one. So let's do for the login page. But before I go for the login page, let me explain this what I did in Wisdom. So basically we instance this registration form and we want to validate that form, like validate what the user immediately user put in the input and click on submit. So we want to validate it in the back end. So immediately user click on submit, this hash password here, this big script to generate a, I should call it jargon character, different character, just in place of the password the user put. This for, just for security reason to generate the jargon. And so if we go to the form password attached, so they get that password the user put there, turn it into jargon and pass it to hash pws. So this one here to validate the boot input. So now we're going to store this hash password to password. You understand? Then if this is correct, it should add it to the table, database table, and take the user to the login page. Yeah, let's go for the pass. So what we need in this login, I need the form also, almost they all related. So we need the form dot login form. And to say if form and then submit. I'm an error here. I just say so if immigrant. I want you to check the password that's hash. This is correct. Sure. Login user. Login the user. Yes. Then I direct to the return. Return direct to the direct to the dashboard. Dashboard. Yes. So I forgot something very important. Yeah, I need to add the method. This is very important. So it can be a get method or a post method because you're working with the front end and back end. Okay, yeah, yes. Come on. Only it here also. I thought it's very, very, very important. It's very, very important. Oh, it shouldn't be dots. Yes. Because yeah. So we need to also import this login user, and that will be in this login user. This will be in Flask-Login. Yes, will be here. Login user. Yeah. We also need to put a flash message when user is logged in and is logged out and the rest. So and that flash we are going to get this from the flags. Get flash. So we're going to use it here. Where do we need flash? Okay, we need flash here. So this will flash the user when the user logs in. Let's give it a message. Message will be registration successful is okay. So this success means like color, green color. Success means green color. So then we need a flash here too. Flash login successful. Sorry, this shouldn't be here. Just login. So where do we need the flash again? We need flash. I think that was all. So the next thing we're going to do, we need to make here to be only authenticated user that can enter that particular page. So we're going to add something like login required there. So we're going to be at login required, and you also need okay. So we're going to need to import the login required also, and that should be in the Flask-Login. Uh, so login required. So the next thing we're going to do, what next? What next? What next? Oh, okay, yeah, yes, we need to. If I could add else, should be if the user, if there was something wrong while editing not login, should be a flash message. Flash message. So to flash the user if there's something wrong. So maybe okay, login failed, check your username and password. Yeah, this danger means red, like red, yeah. So next thing we need to do is return render template. Yeah. So what next? And that's it. So now we're going to go. I'm going to now create HTML file for create a file for register.html login. HTML. Sounds like front end. Get dashboard. You just can just you want to just get by clicking this thing and tap to just create a basic HTML doctrine. This is dashboard. So I come to that. Sure. Send this. So now I need to go. Let's save this. Let me go to the login page. Honest. Look for login. Oh, one more thing. We also need the base. This base dot the base file. This will be like the navbar stuff. Yeah, I'll show you the simplest way to this base will be like navbar stuff. Yes. Yes. Let's go to the login phase because that's the most important one. I will show you something. Yeah. So now what we need, you just need to download the title. So now we have to create a form. Going to be a post method. Post, post. So this is important. Form, form dot hidden. This is very important. I will explain this later. But should add this because it's very, very important. Now I can now create a container. If it's like creating a container in our HTML. So I'm going to call form dot username. Remember, so username name on our class. So dot label. So create another container for password. And for this label. Um, password plus control. So then we need a button, a submit button. Type the button should be for submission. Class outcome. Just give it. This class just for the design. I don't want that to put the notes. Just for design, making it beauty. You can get your put any design of your choice. So button should be the login button. But when you want to use login, you want to use this instead. Because according to on the back end. That's submit dot label text. Okay, it's basically the login form. So okay, they just put a p tag. Yeah, I don't have an account. Yes, don't have an account to register. Yeah, let me just faster. Yeah, register account here. Exactly. So which other thing we need? I think that's all. So let's save this. Then let's create for the restart system. So it's gonna be they are going to relate. They're going to relate. So let's just copy everything here. Come here and paste it. Then we'll just change something on change. So it should be I'll still show you something. I just know. Yeah, and just leave it. Alright. So you should be password. Okay, this should be username password. I've forgotten. Then submit. Sure. Okay. Can you not have an account? I'll say already have an account. I'll say already have an account. Should log in. Mhm. Let's see. So our login page. So this base page is like it's a nav bar. So let's work on this page. So let's work on our nav bar. Now in the nav bar there should be a tag pushing so should be a link. Should be a link here link should be uh, for, so this should be home page. Yeah, take us home. Then let's give it at home. Then yes. Okay, I have to create a container for this. Let's create a container for this. Um, I'll put it in the middle of this. Let's put it inside here. I'll put it inside here. Then what next? I'll create another container. Then this container, I'm going to have the link. Um, actually, it's going to look. It's not going to look nice because I'm just showing you the basics. Like the best thing for you is to there are some sites that you can get already made templates to get some already made template and use. But because of time, I will just create a rough work like a rough UI. I will not really design it much. You understand? So maybe I'll just add another. This would be like I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm should before the register. Yes. Okay. Yes. Correct. Then link. Yeah. Should be a list. And we can say today should be inside the list on ordered list. Let's save this page. So let's now check if there's any other thing we have left out. Then we can test what I want to test. Then I'll show you what I want to show you. Let me check so I think. So one more thing, we need a login manager. So I need a login manager. Opening this in login manager. So this login manager will have then okay. So basically this works with it work with this login required. So it redirects any page that needs to it needs the person to be authenticated and the person is not authenticated. Before that person could access that page, this will redirect that person to this login page. This login. So that person can be able to log in. So we need this and okay, I think that's all. That is all. So now it's time to run our Flask application. So the thing we need again is we need is initialize it. Just internet it up. Then the last one we need is to be the callback function. That's- So this is the callback function. Now let's run our Flask app. Play this. Mm-hmm. Oh, having a bug. Oh, let me save it. Let's save. And let's save it first of all. Now let's run our app. So our app is working fine. Yeah, I can see. I come to my Flask app. And, and now let's navigate into the login. You can see. The things are not beautiful because I didn't design it that much. Let's go to register. Let's go to register. Here the register page, login page, and this is the home page, like I said. So let's just test the register. Let me register. I'll register my name. Okay. So yeah, my password should be. I don't make anything. My password should be Kenny. Well, yeah, yeah. Then I'll just register. Now let's log in. Okay, okay, good. Yeah, then let's log in. Oh, we have an error. Let's see. Let's see. Let's know what the error is. Okay, dashboard. Okay, I've seen the problem. Problem is from is a place I wrote dashboard instead of dashboard. Let's look for it. Mm, let's look for it. Dashboard. Dashboard. Where could it be? Where is? Okay, yeah. I've seen a dashboard. This is it's not correct. So let's see if let's check back. Yeah, continue. So this is welcome to the dashboard. So basically, this we build. So now let me. We have tested it and it's working fine. Working very fine. Okay, I didn't. I can see that I didn't put the logout link here. I'll add it. Then you can also make this beautiful. Yeah.